Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2025 Goffstown Police Department Employee Recognition and Award Ceremony. My name is Pierre Pouliot. I'm a special officer with the police department. I'll be your MC for tonight. Could you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could you please remain standing for a moment of silence, recognizing all of our first responders, their families, our military, those suffering from post-traumatic stress, and especially remembering Officer Kevin Chapdelaine and his family as we approach the 4-year anniversary of his passing. Thank you. Please take your seats. So we gathered together to recognize new employees with our agency and to recognize the good stuff that happened this past year. Before we do that, we want to recognize some special people that are here to help us participate with this event. First of all, Selectman Mark LeMay, sitting out front. Our chair of the board, Peter Georgianis, and we'd like to recognize Peter for his 24 years of service to the town and 12 years with the budget committee and 12 years as a selectman. So thank you very much for your service to our community. Usually when we gather here at this theater, there's a large political event going on. There's a lot of things going on. It's good for us to gather as a department because we don't usually do that collectively all together. Most of us are here tonight. We usually have one department meeting, and this is a good celebration, a way for us to gather with our families and friends to celebrate the good stuff. This year there's some significance to this ceremony, as this is the first time in 5 years that the department has been fully staffed, which each division, the patrol division, dispatch, records, and legal, which is a huge thing that we were able to do. Credit to the recruiting team, Lieutenant Hammer, for getting people in. And we're going to be recognizing several of our new hires and our new officers tonight, starting with our dispatchers, that they can make their way to the stage, please. Some of you know, but many of you don't, that our dispatchers, our dispatch center dispatches for Goffstown, New Boston, Ware, and Dunbarton police departments, with also several fire departments. They make up 11 members of the division, and now we are fully staffed. So we have 3 new dispatchers. The first one is Idabelle Bradstreet. If you'd like to take a quick step forward so everyone knows who you are. Idabelle joined the Goffstown Police Department in March of 2025. She was born in Exeter and raised in Plastow before moving to New Boston with her boyfriend, Spencer. Idabelle recently completed her training and is now working on her own. Ladies and gentlemen, dispatcher Idabelle Bradstreet. Dispatcher Frank Palladino. Frank was born and raised in Framingham, Massachusetts, and attended local schools. In December of 2025, Frank joined the Massachusetts Army National Guard, where he served for 8 years until December of 2020. Frank currently resides in Ringe, New Hampshire, and is making his way through his dispatch training. Dispatcher Frank Palladino. Last but not least, Anthony Marino. Anthony was born and raised on Long Island, New York. I asked him what brought him to New Hampshire. He didn't really give me a great answer. After high school, Anthony enrolled at the University of New Haven, graduating in 2017 with a degree in sports management and a minor in communications. Prior to joining the Goffstown Police Department, Anthony most recently works for Manchester Merchants Auto. Anthony is working his way through the training process in communications. Dispatcher Anthony Marino. And we thank you. Please take your seats. We will now present and swear in our 4 new officers. If they could make their way to the stage, please. I will introduce each officer to you. I will then ask them to step back and introduce the next officer. They will then be sworn in by our chair of the select board, and then they will be pinned with their badges. Our first officer is Alex Bonifant. Alex was born and raised in Amherst, where he attended Salhegan High School before enrolling at Southern New Hampshire University. There, he majored in criminal justice and graduated in March of 2025 with his bachelor's degree. Prior to joining the Goffstown Police Department, Alex was a member of the Amherst Fire Department, where he worked as a call firefighter. Thank you for Alex for making the correct choice and joining the blue side. Alex graduated from the 200th Police Academy in August of 2025 and is currently nearing the end of his field training program. Officer Nathan Truesdale. Nathan was born and raised in Londonderry, New Hampshire, and graduated from Londonderry High School. Following high school, Nathan enrolled in Keene State College, where he graduated in 2024 with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Nathan also graduated from the 200th Police Academy in August and is also nearing the completion of his field training experience with the Goffstown Police Department. Officer Laura Gamlin. Laura was raised in Pembroke, New Hampshire, and attended Trinity High School, home of the Pioneers, in Manchester prior to attending Roger Williams University in Rhode Island, where she majored in criminal justice and earned a minor in psychology. Laura completed the 201st Police Academy yesterday and will begin her field training experience in the coming days. Welcome Laura Gamlin and Benjamin Ashton. Ben was born and raised in Leominster, Massachusetts, where he attended and graduated Leominster High School. Ben went on to attend Fitchburg State University, where he graduated in 2022 with a master's degree in criminal justice. Wicked smart. Ben and his wife, Catherine, recently moved to Goffstown with their daughter, Annabelle. Ben came to the Goffstown Police Department with prior law enforcement experience and will start his field training experience in the coming days, probably starting on a night shift. Hooray. Welcome our new officers, Selectman Chairman Peter Georgantis, sir.
Thank you all. This is one of the privileges of being the chairman of the select board, is you get to swear in firefighters and police department personnel. So as I say, I'm going to ask you to say your name. So two, say your names. Go ahead. Of Goffstown, the county of Hillsborough, whereas there is a vacancy in the office of police office at the Town of Goffstown Police Department, and whereas we, the subscribers, have the confidence and the ability and integrity to perform the said duties of said office, we do by appoint you the said, and say your names again, you can all say it at once.
Alex Bonifant.
A police officer of said town. Upon taking the oath of office and having this appointment certified of said oath of office recorded by the town clerk, you shall have the powers, perform the duties, and be subject to the liabilities of such office until another person shall be chosen and qualified in your stead. Repeat after me. Say your names. All at once.
Alex Bonifant.
Hey, you can all repeat after me, all together, okay? I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, discharge and perform all duties incumbent on me as a police officer according to the best of my abilities, agreeably to the United States Constitution, rules and regulations of the Constitution, and the laws of the state of New Hampshire, and the ordinances of the town of Goffstown. So help me God. You're sworn in.
So we will now have an official pinning of the officers' badges on them. For Alex, his dad, Dan, will be coming up. For Nathan, his dad, Jeffrey, will be coming up. For Laura, her grandmother, Barbara Dion, will be coming up. And for Benjamin, his wife, Catherine, and daughter, Annabelle. And you all can come up, please. We're here till 8 o'clock, but. And I'll ask the officers to remain standing after their families have pinned them for a quick photo. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is a reason why we have outer carriers to protect these officers from this pinning ceremony so no one gets hurt or bled upon. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if I was supposed to make this announcement or not, but the chief has created a new division with the Goffstown Police Department. Ladies and gentlemen, 21 Jump Street. Thank you, everybody. There is someone here that I wrote down notes to recognize him, and he certainly does not want any recognition at all, but that gives us even more reason why we should recognize him. Retired Chief Robert Brown is sitting in the nice peach teal colored sweater up front. He is our representative for the St. Anselm's College, and his official title, I'm not really sure what it means, but he's the Senior Director for Community Standards and Education. Chief Brown, thank you for helping us out tonight. We have a citizen to assist us to recognize for all the assistance that they've given the department through the years with our hiring process and other special events. Recruiting and hiring the best and brightest is among the most important responsibility of our agency. Ensuring that every member of our team aligns with the values and expectations of our community is paramount. For decades, we have included a Goffstown citizen on each oral board interview to ensure the community has a voice in our hiring process. These interviews are often time-consuming and frequently arise on very short notice, I've been told. Today we recognize two individuals who have consistently answered the call to support our agency in selecting the best possible candidates. Over the past several years, both have generously given their time, effort, and care, playing a significant role in helping our agency achieve full staffing. Tonight, we would like to recognize Mrs. Deborah Veery and Mr. Roger Audette. Roger, if you could come up, please. We want to thank Deb for her work, but she was unable to help us out to attend tonight. We didn't want to tell everybody, Roger, but thank you. Roger said sometimes there was no notice. We'll meet at Dunkin' Donuts for an interview. We now have several longevity awards to give out. I would like to call up Dispatcher Jessica Skorupski and Dispatcher Heidi Roberge, please. We'd also like to recognize Lieutenant Pinard, who is unable to be here tonight. We are fortunate to have many members of our agency who have dedicated years of service to our organization. This evening, we proudly recognize the most recent service milestones achieved by our valued staff. Assistant Supervisor Dispatcher Heidi Roberge with 20 years of service to our community. Thank you, Heidi. We want to give a shout out to Jessica, who is not able to be here tonight. She also has 20 years of service, and also Lieutenant Pinard with 20 years of service with our department. Thank you. I'm sorry, Jess had 30 years of service with, how many more to go? Quite a few, okay. We now have a Chief's Commendation. I would like to call up Dispatcher Terry Gage, Dispatcher Zachary Smith, and she should have stayed up on stage, Dispatcher Heidi Roberge. On July 17th, 2025, at approximately 09:30 hours, Dispatcher Gage received a call of a possible suicidal female who had taken pills and had a hose hooked up to her vehicle and was somewhere in Dunbarton. Both Dispatcher Gage and Zachary Smith began work on finding this individual to save her life. Pings were initiated on her cell phone, and dispatch made requests to all surrounding towns to begin searching for her vehicle. Dispatcher Smith, thinking outside the box and normal procedures, attempted to track her vehicle through Kia and GPS tracking. Dispatcher Gage also put on a statewide bolo for the female in her vehicle. At this time, Assistant Communications Supervisor Roberge came in to help, as dispatch was also dealing with 2 untimely deaths during this search. The pinging of the victim's cell phone started sending results, as initially her phone was turned off. Once this information was received, dispatch coordinated with New Hampshire Fish and Game, New Hampshire State Police, and the Franklin, New Hampshire Police Department, and the victim was ultimately located. At 11:58 hours, she was found in her vehicle in the parking lot of Winnisquam High School in Tilton, New Hampshire, highly intoxicated, on drugs, but before she was successful in attempting suicide. It should be noted that throughout this call, all 3 dispatchers worked seamlessly together and exemplified professionalism and dedication to their responsibilities, and were not willing to accept anything less than finding this person and getting their help for the help that she needed. Their actions ultimately were key in the positive outcome of this potential life-threatening situation. Please help me congratulate Dispatcher Terry Gage, Dispatcher Zachary Smith, and Assistant Supervisor Heidi Roberge for their actions. We now have 3 life-saving awards to recognize for our officers. I will now ask Ashley O'Brien and Andrew Horseman to come to the stage, please. And we thank Andrew for wearing his winter hat. And being on time. We have 2 officers present, but we will read the 3rd officer's recognition. Life-Saving Award, Lieutenant Jeffrey Pinard. On February 2nd, 2025, Lieutenant Pinard was dispatched to 78 Elm Street for a 33-year-old male who was choking. A male was lying on his back on the floor and was unconscious and not breathing. His lips were turning blue, and his aide was trying to provide CPR to him. Lieutenant Pinard checked the male for a pulse, and he did have a slight pulse. Lieutenant Pinard started compressions and continued to do them until the Goffstown Fire Department arrived a few minutes later. The male started to breathe again, his color was coming back into his face, and he was transported to the Elliott Hospital by the Goffstown Police Department. Based on Lieutenant Pinard's actions, the individual made a recovery. There is no doubt that Lieutenant Pinard's immediate actions saved this man's life. Ladies and gentlemen, the life-saving award for Lieutenant Jeffrey Pinard. Life-saving award, Officer Andrew Horseman. On Monday, June 23rd, 2025, around 1800 hours, an 8-year-old boy was struck by a vehicle on Main Street while riding his bike. The crash was so severe that the boy was thrown 43 feet from the point of impact. He suffered severe injuries and was rushed to the hospital clinging to life. He was transported by medical staff and faced a long road to recovery. The emergency room doctor treating the boy remarked that had he not been wearing a helmet, the collision would have been fatal. This life-saving award is being presented to Officer Horseman because hours before the accident, he saw the boy riding around Main Street without a bicycle helmet on. Officer Horseman stopped, spoke to the boy about his bicycle safety, and sent him home to put a helmet on. Had Officer Horseman not taken this time to stop and talk to the boy about bicycle safety, it is probable that his crash would have resulted in devastating loss of life. After the crash, while the boy was recovering, Officer Horseman and other members of the Goffstown Police Department purchased and delivered a new bike and helmet to the boy. It should be noted that since the boy had made a full recovery, officers see this boy out riding his bike all the time, always wearing his helmet, and always asking if Officer Horseman is working today so he can say hi. Officer Horseman's actions of taking a minute to address a safety concern led to a far better outcome than what might have been. Ladies and gentlemen, the life-saving award to Officer Andrew Horseman. Officer Ashley O'Brien, on August 4th, 2024 at is it 2024? Well, on August 4th, at 00:53 hours, Officer Ashley O'Brien responded to a residence for a report of a possible overdose. On scene, Officer O'Brien found a 35-year-old male unresponsive on the floor. Officer O'Brien began CPR until EMS arrived on scene. The male regained consciousness and EMS continued treatment. Officer O'Brien's supervisors noted her professionalism and her ability to maintain composure during this call. Officer O'Brien utilized her training and experience to deliver the necessary medical aid and save this person's life. Life-saving award, Officer Ashley O'Brien. And we have two final awards to give out. The first one is the Employee of the Year. It's a little bit long, so please bear with me. The Employee of the Year for 2025. All too often, we take for granted individuals who each day, under difficult and at best demanding circumstances, serve their community and as communication specialists. Theirs is a profession that a few truly know the demands it places on the individual and their family. Once each year, after careful deliberation and review, an individual is selected to see who best meets the overall mission and philosophy of the police department in serving Goffstown's varied needs. This employee selected for 2025 demonstrated superior performance in all aspects of the job and exemplifies the true professional in every way. Through his dedicated service, he has improved the quality of the communications division, literally and figuratively, services that the Goffstown Police Department provide for the town. Zachary Smith has been employed with us for 16 months and during that time, he has continuously demonstrated his dedication to the Goffstown Police Department. He has volunteered for every community event during that time, bringing a positive presence and attitude to each outing. He is an outstanding representative of this agency and helps demonstrate our dedications to the citizens of Goffstown. Zachary Smith has been an outstanding addition to the Goffstown Police Department Communications Division. His positive attitude and willingness to help in any way possible has been exemplified not only in community events, but also the hard work he does every day. He's become a vital key to our success, and his energy and desire to do better and continuously learn and improve is something to be commended. He comes to work each day excited to see what the day will bring, and that attitude makes the people around him better as well. Zachary Smith has been consistently recognized by his supervisors and peers for his ability to multitask and stay calm under high-stress situations. Zachary Smith's contributions to the Goffstown Police Department have made our state and town a safer place. It is with great pleasure that the Chief awards Zachary Smith the 2025 Employee of the Year Award. I will. What the commendation did not recognize is that everybody in the department is about 12 pounds heavier because of Zachary and his baking and his mother's breads that she makes. Zachary is also this year's recipient of the Best Sweater Award at the Goffstown Police Department meeting, but the Celtics are still looking for their leprechaun suit to be returned to them, so maybe after today's ceremony. The Officer of the Year 2025. All too often, we take for granted individuals who each day, under difficult and at best demanding circumstances, serve their community as law enforcement officers. To leave the comfort of their homes and the love of their families to go in service for others is a quality of law enforcement officer that is often overlooked in our country. Theirs is a profession that few, but those who have done it, truly know the demands it places on the individual officer and their family. Once each year, after careful deliberations and review, an individual is selected who best meets the overall mission and philosophy of the police department in serving Goffstown's varied needs. This officer selected for 2025 has demonstrated superior performance in all aspects of the job and exemplifies the true professional in every way. Through his dedicated service, he has improved the quality of the law enforcement services that the Goffstown Police Department provides for the town. This officer, in addition to demonstrating a continued commitment to the citizens of Goffstown, has devoted countless hours to improve his skills and abilities as a law enforcement officer. The combination of this officer's skills and determined work ethic has led to the successful resolution of many complex investigations, including 2 calls where firearms were reported to be involved in a threatening nature. This officer is always enthusiastic about taking on a new challenge and actively seeks ways in which he can improve himself as an officer. This officer has become a master patrol officer, and with that, they have been selected to cover patrol sergeant vacancies where needed. When acting in this capacity, this officer has demonstrated that they can lead a shift and are working toward a future promotion. This officer is a leader among his peers and is continually recognized by his supervisors for his dependability and his ability to motivate his coworkers. He has taken on the responsibility of working as a field training officer and offers mentorship and guidance to our newest officers. It is the hope that our new officers will be imparted with the same sense of duty, integrity, and dedication that this officer demonstrates every day, as he is the epitome of what the Goffstown Police Department needs and foster in all of our officers. He embodies our mission statement and the core values of this department. This officer has dedicated his time to the community as a member of the Police Chad baseball team. This officer helps to raise money for those children who are supported medically by Chad. It is time for us to recognize this officer, the 2025 Officer of the Year, Officer Zachary Ban. And now for the closing words for tonight, Chief Eric "The Deuce" Sereno.
Great, thank you, yes, thank you. Thank you all for being here, thank you, Pierre. I'd just like to give a few words before I deliver my closing remarks. And most of you who know me know that sometimes I like to go off script and do my own thing, but I was told tonight that maybe I should write it down because I have something special to talk about. So I wrote this up thinking about this next person, but this next award that we're going to recognize here is one that's profound meaning to me in this department and this community we serve. Tonight we're presenting an award that's truly unprecedented, and it's the first of its kind and likely the only kind in history of the Goffstown Police Department. This honor is reserved for an individual who has completed a full and distinguished career, answered a call of service once more, and now concludes an additional decade of service marked by unwavering commitment, humanity, and leadership. Pierre Puglia, I'm recognizing you right now. After retiring as a lieutenant following 23 years of honorable service, many would have felt that their duty was complete. But for Pierre, service was never a chapter that was closed. It was a calling that endured. He chose to remain with the department as a part-time police officer, also known, as he described, a special officer. We know Pierre is a special officer. And for the past 10 years, he has continued to embody the values, the mission, the integrity of this profession to the highest level. Pierre has decided to retire once again and finally turn in his uniform for good. These last 10 years have been among some of the most challenging our agency has faced. Staffing shortages, retirements, and the evolving demands of modern policing tested us in ways few could have predicted. In those moments, quietly and consistently, Pierre stepped forward. He filled shifts without hesitation. He worked days, he worked nights, he worked holidays, he worked weekends. He did this so not for recognition, but because he understood that the strength of this department depends on those willing to stand up when others need support. Pierre's leadership extended far beyond the uniform and the shifts that he worked. He became a pillar of strength within our critical incident stress management team, affectionately known as the SISM team. He dedicated himself to the care of others who have experienced trauma, crisis, or profound loss. Through specialized training and certifications, he ensured that those who serve were never left to carry these burdens alone. His compassion reached out not only to active officers, but also retired members, military veterans, and men and women who offer suffering silence years after service. What makes Pierre's contribution truly extraordinary is not only what he did, but how he did it. Every day, Pierre reports to duty with a smile, a positive spirit, and an energy that uplifts everyone around him. Even after nearly 33 years of law enforcement, Pierre reminded us that leadership is not defined by a rank, but presence, attitude, and an example. It is impossible to measure the full impact of a career like Pierre's, The lives he protected, the officers he supported, the families he comforted, and the community he strengthened cannot be captured in words alone. But yet tonight, we pause and try. It is both an honor and a privilege for me to present this award to Pierre. You know, it's funny. After 33 years of dedicated service, Pierre and I have a pretty good relationship. And we joke around about how after my 20 years and his 33 years, we both never received Officer of the Year. So tonight, after 33 years, I'm proud to formally recognize Pierre Pouliot as Special Officer of the Decade Award, a prestigious distinction that is the first of its kind of our history, but so isn't Pierre. So Pierre, on behalf of the Goffstown Police Department and the officers who've had the privilege to serve alongside you and the community whose lives you've touched, we thank you. Your legacy will endure long after the final watch. May your second retirement bring you peace, fulfillment, and the same care you have selflessly given to others. Godspeed, sir. Of course, I have just a couple more. Do you want to give a speech? Or
Can I just say?
Yeah, go ahead.
6 words. 6 words. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll just touch real quick. Pierre's family is over here, Colleen and family. I know you have your hands full, but he's awesome. He truly is. I'd like to quickly just touch before I close it down. I don't know if all of you know, but we also are going to be recognizing somebody else in a couple of months here. Kevin LaRoche, after 30 years of service to our agency, has decided he's going to maybe not close the chapter, but maybe pause it for a little while. And he's going to be retiring in February. So we want to thank you, Kevin, for... And I'll finish it up. So in closing, I'd like to express my deepest gratitude to the men and women of the Goffstown Police Department for all their hard work and dedication and service to our community. I'd also like to thank our distinguished guests, our selectmen. Thank you for your steadfast support for our agency and the mission all the time. I appreciate it, and we all appreciate it. Thank you, gentlemen. And a special thanks to Lieutenant Tom Hammond and Kelly for their tireless efforts for organizing tonight's event. This event would not be possible without their dedicated behind the scenes. So thank you very much for that, Tom. And Kelly is not with us tonight. And finally, extend the sincere appreciation for St. Anthony's College for allowing us to be here and celebrate this great night. So thank you all for being here. Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. God bless you. Have a safe night. Thank you very much.